The Borderlands franchise has evolved from a grindy, repetitive game with little story and no proper antagonist, to a grindy, repetitive game that people wished had no story or antagonist.
I was minding in a cave when out the corner.
Borderlands is all about the loot. Loot is separated by coloured tiers, and they can be broken down like so, with white, blue, green, and most purples in the peasant or just started tier, and the orange/2 or 3 purple guns in the elite Borderlands Master Race tier. How does one come across such sweet, sweet loot? Farming. But not farming like waking up at 5 so you can go milk a cow. It's like waking up at 5 so you can farm for 4 hours to get a gun that kills a boss 3 seconds quicker than it did before. It's when a certain enemy character has a small chance to drop a specific weapon when you kill them, so you can kill them, reset, and kill them until you get it. In most games, this would be considered the opposite of content, but in Borderlands, people get mad when they're not allowed to do this. They also get mad when it's too easy to do this, and when it's too hard to do this. So slap on some lo-fi beats to farm/ride your meat cycle to, and go kill Savage Lee 20 times. Being nonsensical and gameplay driven, the story normally takes a backseat to the experience. When story does take the forefront of the experience, you can just save quit and skip it. What the Borderlands series lacks in good engaging stories, makes for unique and diverse villains, from massive badasses to tiny fuck-off drones. So here's a top 10 of my favourite Borderlands villains. At number 10 is Jackpot the Jack's Bots, a challenging boss and a great nod to a previous enemy. At number 9 is Jackenstein, what a creative and interesting way to bring back an old favourite to the game. For number 8 is Handsome Jackie. Only OGs will remember this reference. At number 7 are the Jack-faced bandits from the Hammerlocks DLC in Borderlands 2. Didn't expect to see this face again. At number 6 is Handsome Jack you killed on opportunity. Great foreshadowing to that time you killed Jack. Now at number 5 is Handsome Jack AI from Tales of the Borderlands. I don't think any of us expected them to bring back this character. Number 4 is the Handsome Sorcerer, the main antagonist from that good DLC. This character is actually a reference to Handsome Jack. Number 3 is, of course, anytime you duel each other in co-op and one of you is wearing the Handsome Jack face customization. This is good because it's like fighting Handsome Jack, but it's actually a good fight. Number 2 is of course Troy Calypso, and number 1 is Tyrene Calypso. But to kill all these badass enemies, you need to pick a badass character. But which Borderlands character should you choose? There are the comic relief characters. They say very little, but what they do usually say is always shouted and gets old pretty quickly. The edgy cool guy sniper character is the character that baits you into thinking it requires more skill than it actually does, when all late game Borderlands is holding down the shoot button and activating your abilities when they reset. The Siren is the coolest and most interesting character that uses elemental skills. There can only be 6 Sirens at any given time in the universe, so watch as the story is forced to kill off as many as you can, except Ava. And there is the soldier type G.I. Joe looking character that deploys something and was in the army or something. I don't know anyone who's optionally chosen any of these characters, but I imagine they're the same kind of people who find sweet chili Doritos too spicy. There is also Salvador, the people who want to finish UVHM Borderlands 2 without killing Hunter Hellquest 7,000 times. There are 3 main series games, a pre-sequel runt, and a weird step game that isn't really related much to the other games. Everyone has a favourite Borderlands game, and 9 out of 10 times it's the one they played first. Here's a breakdown of each title. Borderlands, the game that started it all. Some purists will claim this is the best game in the franchise, but it's not. It was a technical demo that is a really chill game to play or something. I don't know. Check out Oboshu's video. That's what I did. Borderlands 2 is a better and wackier version of Borderlands 1, with better characters. I, like many other people, suffer from Borderlands 2 is the best syndrome, where I think Borderlands 2 is the pinnacle of gameplay, despite it having basically all the same flaws that I shit on every other game for having. It is a very unbalanced post-game in True Vault Hunter and Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, or as I like to call them, B-Shield and Unkempt Harold mode, and it has 2 metric shit tons of DLC. The pre-sequel is like Borderlands 2 but worse in Australian. It's alright though if you play with the community patch. Tales from the Borderlands is a game you didn't play, probably, and won't play, probably. Most of you will just watch a recap or let's play of this game. It's Borderlands, but with a good story, so don't get used to it. Borderlands 3 undoubtedly has the best gameplay, graphics, design, quality of life features, best quests, cool DLCs, more community events, constant updates from Gearbox, and most fans call it trash. It's ultimately cursed for not being as good as Borderlands 2. The story is bad, which is nothing new, but now you have to sit through it. The gameplay goes like so. You start out slow, then you get good loot and absolutely own for 5 levels, and then start to suck. Repeat these steps until you're in the post game, and everything kills you instantly. So you look up a build guide, and now you kill everything instantly. Borderlands is well known for being a great co-op experience. with loot to be stolen and jewels to be had. Unfortunately, no one is willing to co-op with you for the 200 hours you're going to spend trying to find that fucking 94% sham shield. Gearbox will occasionally update the game and add specific holiday themed events. These are noted by you forgetting these are a thing, and being annoyed by these skulls fucking chasing you around everywhere. In case you need to learn where to find precious loot and what the best builds are, or how to spend 10k hours in a 30-hour campaign, look no further than YouTube and the streamer of Borderlands community. The last section of the video is a higher quality than the rest of the video, with unique jokes that really improve on the base video experience. Even though I always plan to do this part, instead of just putting it in the video, I'm going to make you pay an additional £15 for each segment, because that's how games work nowadays.
Oh, there ain't no rest for the miner. Diamonds don't grow on trees. I got mobs to slay, I got dogs to feed.